Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is your December monthly reading, December 2020. I'm doing a 9-card grid using the Cosmic Tarot. I've obviously already laid the cards out, but we will get a numerology guidance card at the end that I have not pulled yet. But yeah, 9-card grid. This is not something I normally do on the channel, but something I've been starting to do for clients. So if you're interested in a personal reading, of course, book through my website or feel free to reach out to me directly through any of my social media channels. But yeah, let's jump right into your reading, Scorpios. I'm seeing true to sort of one of the main tropes of your sign, I'm seeing a lot of transformation energy here. And also it's like on the other side of that, it feels like a new start. For some of you, this might be related to work. For others of you, this could be more so related to like a relationship or even like a family dynamic. Obviously, for a lot of you, it could be both, right? Because nothing sort of exists or happens in a vacuum. But the card that you have starting out is the Strength card, fire energy, right? Typically Leo, but I feel like this is speaking to your strength, sort of what you've had to go through in the past. And in fact, I'll rephrase that to, it's like grow through what you go through. And it feels like it's been just a lot, a lot of like work, a lot of processing that you've had to do. And it feels like you're coming out of a period or a time of purging, whether you've been physically purging or, more so metaphorically purging, or again, for a lot of you, it could sort of go hand in hand. Feels really good. Like, I feel like you need to like sort of like pat yourself on the back and like feel proud of yourself, even if you feel like you've sort of been through the ringer. Even if perhaps you're not feeling like your level best, sort of giving yourself the acknowledgement and the credit that you deserve, because I felt that energy really heavily as I was shuffling and laying the cards out. Like, it just feels like you have put a lot of work in, either on yourself or on a situation or a series of situations. The next card that you have is the 10 of Wands reverse. So for some of you, I do feel like, it could be you, it could be someone that you're connecting with. And we have a lot of energies here on the board, right? We have all the elements. We have wands, we have pentacles, we have swords, we have cups. So, I'm not going to, especially if you're dealing with sort of another person or other people, I'm not really going to put a sign energy out there, although I did pick up I did feel a lot of earth energy, right? So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But with that 10 of Wands, I do feel like you, or perhaps someone that you're connected to, or it's just a situation, right? And in that sense, it could be just about timing, right? It just feels like something's not quite done or not quite over yet, okay? And maybe this is something that you need to sort of detach yourself from, someone or something, because I'm just feeling this sort of like burdensome kind of energy, or like a weighted kind of energy. For some of you, it could be talking about, having just a lot on your plate, generally speaking. And again, for others of you, this may be more so specifically speaking to work or a particular connection or, series of connections. Because the next card that we have is the 3 of Pentacles, right? So for a lot of you, again, I am getting this sense around sort of starting anew. And that's sort of the energy that I'm getting around this 3 of Pentacles, is that perhaps you're in some type of new partnership or collaboration. So in that way, this could be about sort of, think of the trope, which I always say for Taurus, which, I think y'all are sister signs, Taurus and Scorpio. Don't quote me on that. It's very early in the morning right now. I may not be thinking clearly. But, think of the trope I always tell Taurus, which is slow and steady wins the race, right? Like, do not over inundate yourself with, right? Like it's already like you, again, have done the work to sort of rid yourself of burdensome type of energy. Don't just refill that with more of the same, right? I hope that's making sense for people. Again, with the 3 of Pentacles here, for a lot of you, this could be specifically related to work. Others of you, I do feel like changes around the home. So again, you may have been sort of like physically purging or cleaning. Others of you, it's possible that, you've moved recently recently, or you're planning a move, especially because we have the Six of Swords come out here at the bottom of the deck, okay? A lot of you are also just like really in this period of, again, not just transformation, but like spiritual awakening here with the Hierophant. And you may sort of find yourself, you may actually be sort of in like a mentorship or leadership role, and that could be part of what's changing around you, or, perhaps you're going to someone else for advice as well. Okay. But again, it's like your inner knowing, your inner knowledge, and growing in that way is growing as well. In the next row, we have the Three of Swords reverse. So I kind of want to talk about the next two cards together. In fact, this is interesting. I think I'm like getting in my teacher mode because I am planning to do card reading classes. But basically, right, when you look at a spread, right, and you're sort of looking at a story, for me, oftentimes cards that are, and some readers don't read reversals, right, and that's their right. I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. So it just depends on the situation. But when I do see reversals, oftentimes their cards that are oriented the same way for me are related, right? So if you look at your spread here, Scorpios, you have the 10 of Wands reverse, the 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, right? And so again, all of that sort of taken together tells me a few things. One is that this is related to an event or series of events that has already happened, right? Or that is already sort of happening in action. Again, there's actively transformation going on within and likely in your external environment and circumstances as well, okay? So what I'm feeling from this 3 of Swords reverse and the 8 of Cups reverse together, and then I'll tell you about how I'm seeing them with the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. What I'm seeing is like, having suffered significant, disappointments or losses. And again, this can, date far back for some of you, because again, I'm seeing that it's likely probably more than just one thing. Okay. It's probably a series of events. And, for each of you, that's going to be different. For each of you, that might be totally distinct and disparate events. For others of you, it might sort of be repetitive situations with the same person or type of situation. So again, a series of losses and disappointments here, right? With that 3 of Swords, that's where that strength has come from. That's where you've developed that inner core. And also, what's leading to that Hierophant, right? That spiritual, evolution. So, with the 3 of Swords reverse here, it's saying that you are coming out of a place of being sort of, the most impacted by that loss or that disappointment, right? And that state sort of grief or shock or sadness, that you're healing, that you're getting over that. With the 8 of Cups reversed, okay, and the 10 of Wands reverse here, I do feel like, it feels like there's like still sort of some type of attachment. And in that way, it really could be like, sometimes it's like, our trauma or our grief, and I'm using those things very loosely. Sometimes it's like people can sort of get attached to that narrative about themselves. So I feel like it's more of that, and it's not like sort of forgetting things that happen, but it's more about like how you define it in terms of yourself, right? And almost like no longer letting it sort of define you or your energy. But again, I feel like there's still some work to do there, and likely just like healing and purging work, right? Which is a process and takes time, and we can't rush it. Or keep in mind too that it could be someone that you are connected with as well. I do feel like someone sort of feels very overwhelmed and burdened, perhaps by the way that things are changing or how they've changed. Because for some of you, I am seeing here that there's possibly like, like addiction related issues, in particular drinking. It could be someone that you're connecting with. Okay. So just remember that as well. The next card that you have is the Ace of Pentacles, right? And this is really where I'm seeing that sort of renewal and rebirth kind of energy. For some of you, this could be talking about literal birth, right? And again, I'm feeling a very heavy earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, especially, and Virgo, but it could be any 3 of those. And coupled with this Three of Pentacles, I feel like there's this new start to a foundation, right? So again, for some of you, this could be related to work. For others of you, this could be talking about, again, changes within your home or your family dynamic, right? And so certainly if this is talking about adding another family member, it could be, sort of referencing that as well and sort of talking about a growing family unit. The other thing that this could be talking about is sort of some sort of influx, something of value that's coming in here, some sort of offer, an opportunity, perhaps even, a monetary gift or loan here with the Ace of Pentacles, or, some sort of piece of advice or wisdom that is helpful. There's something I want to offer up, because part of the reason why I actually woke up like maybe an hour ago. It's like 5:00 in the morning right now. So there's a stone that I want to recommend, and now this is not for the faint of heart, okay? But this is for people who, maybe even through like your dream state, you want to sort of really start to uncover, subconsciously based things, especially anything that might impact the heart chakra. There's a stone called Hiddenite, okay? It was gifted to me. It's extremely powerful. You can obviously, work with it in any way that you want to. You can meditate with it. But you can also try like placing it under your pillow and just seeing what happens. If it's too intense, obviously don't continue to do it. But I am just seeing that off of this card because I do feel like there's something in terms of, revisiting or kind of like uncovering something from the past. And I'm trying to be careful there because I'm certainly not suggesting like reliving or like I kind of am suggesting revisiting, but certainly not reliving the past. But I feel like there's something there that you're going to sort of like uncover or tease out that's going to inform some set of circumstances or some circumstance or something new, again, that's coming in presently or, in the near term future. Okay. Which kind of brings me into the next card with the Seven of Pentacles here, right? Because Seven of Pentacles can often be talking about looking back at sort of the seeds that we've sown of the past, right? What is it that we have learned here? For a lot of you, I do feel like, again, with the Seven of Pentacles, like I said earlier, the cards that are in the reversal here, to me, it is, again, talking about some type of loss, right? Or letdown, disappointment for some of you. It certainly could have been some type of monetary loss, a loss of a job, a loss of, a loved one who helped to support you, sort of feeling like you invested in something that didn't actually materialize, right? Anything along those lines. Again, apply it however it is that it may resonate. But again, it's like, rather than sort of living in and wallowing in the disappointment and the misery of that, it's like you're taking the lessons that you've learned and using them as seeds to plant something new. Okay. The next card that you have is the Moon card. So it's interesting because I saw that card a lot during the pre-shuffle. And, Scorpios, you're so kind of mysterious, right? That's, I think, one of your appeals, at least in my opinion. And it was almost like sort of the universe's little coy way of being like, of just sort of reminding us that there's always sort of a magic and a mystery to everything, right? And that we sort of can't know everything, right? That's why I hesitate to say that readings aren't necessarily predictive, because it's not really like foretelling the future by any means. It's reading energy and sort of, it's almost like deductive logic, right? So anyway, obviously we know that the moon sort of speaks to, things that are sort of unknown, dare I say, secrets, and it's can represent water energy, more typically usually Pisces or Cancer, right? Which I'm pretty sure actually Cancer, you're the first reading for this go around, and I think Cancer is next. So again, it's like based on number of views. But yeah, I just feel like there is there's an air of mystery, whether it's, you sort of keeping things very closely guarded, and keeping sort of everyone and everything on a need to know basis, which I feel like nothing wrong with that ever. As long as you're not like lying or keeping like important information away from people. Or obviously it could be with regard to someone in terms of you as well. The other sort of energy that I'm getting off of this, sort of as a follow on from that Ace of Pentacles, is a fertile energy. So, you know, it doesn't have to be you. It can be someone around you, but I feel like don't be surprised if you sort of hear some news about someone expecting. Okay. And then the final card you have is the Prince of Wands. So again, more energy that sort of implies newness, freshness, starting anew, right? Again, with the Prince of Wands, it's basically like the page or the knight, right? So it sort of, you know, implies like being sort of towards the start, or like maybe start to middle of something. For a lot of you, again, I am picking up on some type of work project. For a lot of you, it's creatively based or driven, okay? For some of you, that may be new. For others of you, that may not be new, okay? And it could also be someone that you're dealing with, right? As I'm like rounding out this reading, I know I had mentioned Earth sign quite a bit. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but now I'm picking up on a lot of fire. So obviously we are in Sagittarius season, and we started off the reading with Leo or Aries energy, right? Sort of just like wrapping everything up before we get into the numerology card with the Six of Swords here. For a few of you, right, the Six of Swords is talking about sort of metaphorical movement, right? Going from, you know, a situation that perhaps, again, was sort of maybe burdensome, perhaps hectic, just a lot going on, right? Think of that 10 of Wands, into a situation that feels a lot more calm, at peace, and in alignment with yourself, right? That's what I get off of this card, this particular representation of the Six of Swords, because it's very unique, right? The Six of Swords doesn't normally look like this. For others of you, this could also be talking about, you know, if someone around you was experiencing a health issue, which I feel like may have come up in one of your readings before. I do feel like they're either, you know, on the mend, or they have sort of healed or mended, okay? So let's do your numerology card, and then we'll close out the reading, Scorps. All right. I was gonna film Cancer after this, but I actually think I need a break. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been really tired this week after the Thanksgiving holiday here. And obviously we had a, you know, well, maybe not obvious for some of you, but for those of you that follow astrology or moonology, then you know that we had a full moon lunar eclipse on Monday in the sign of Gemini. So this whole week I just, you know, have felt like very tired. So I have to take a break after this before I continue reading, or doing more readings rather. All right, what are the messages for Scorpio love partnership? So for some of you that could, you know, again, these changes could definitely be talking about someone new, or someone that you've recently, or someone that you've sort of recently connected with. Or if it's not recent, it could just be talking about, you know, changes sort of happening in your relationship. Maybe you're taking things to a higher level of commitment. So to that point, the Ace of Pentacles can actually talk about an engagement as well. Okay, love partnership number 26, which breaks down to an 8, and I just want to show you what was at the bottom here. 88, abundance. So you're on your way, Scorpio, right? It's like, I read something, I think it was like late last night, that said, what was it? I'm definitely paraphrasing and probably messing it up, but it was something like, I've never met anyone, right? Yeah. I've never met anyone who's strong, right? Who hasn't been through a lot. And like, you know, kind of a tautology, but it definitely makes a lot of sense, right? So it says, this card indicates a time when a romantic relationship is about to enter your life. And remember that full moon eclipse was in Gemini, the lovers. Perhaps you are single and are about to meet someone, a special someone, or maybe your current relationship is about to progress to a deeper level of understanding and commitment. Either way, love is just around the corner, provided you believe. In the meantime, you are being encouraged to focus on what you have to offer rather than what you would like to receive. By doing so, you will attract a mutually loving relationship that serves both parties' needs. Remember, you must first believe that love exists in order to attract it into your life. So work on any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts you may have about love. The affirmation says, I don't know how, I don't know when, but love, it's on its way. So Scorpios, again, if the reading resonates, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website, or feel free to contact me through my social media channels. All of them are listed down below. What else? I'm like forgetting my spiel. I haven't recorded in so long. I have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, the links below as well. And I do have a birthday discount. So that's a good way to sort of stay apprised of that, so that you can be alerted when you're eligible for the discount. So it's for the month of your birthday or your astrology season, whenever you want to book. Okay. So anyway, Scorpios, again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing y'all in your next reading, which will be the year ahead card spread. If you want to go ahead and take a look at the ones from this year, there's a playlist that you can check out. And you can see if and how that reading resonated, and if you want to, again, tune in for the next one, or get a personalized year ahead spread for yourself. All right, Scorpios, take care. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye.